Yo, what's going on everybody? If you want a no-nonsense guide on how to get the best FPS possible, then stick around because I'm going to be telling you exactly how you can do that. And make sure you stick around on the channel for much more videos in the future because I'm absolutely loving the support right now from everybody. And that's why you're going to be seeing a lot more frequent uploads and a lot more stuff going on with the channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we're going to be starting off with a Windows update. Now, if you haven't got the most recent Windows update, I recommend you do that because this one is focused to gamers in particular, as it's optimizing a lot of stuff to do with enhancing your gameplay. So it will be somewhere around here. It will be staying 2020, the October update. Now, you can also do check for updates as well, just to make sure you're on top of that as well. But if there's nothing here and everything's fully updated here, and then I want you to go over to the Microsoft website. It's going to be on software download, and then you just want to hit update now, and it's going to be under the Windows 10 October 2020 update. Just hit update now. Basically, that is going to be right here with the Windows 10 Update Assistant. What you want to do, open it up as an administration. You don't have to, but I think you do. Hang on, you don't have to. Fucked it. Right, and he's basically, it's going to do it for you, and it's going to greet you with a nice little message here saying you've updated to the latest versions. Exit. When you do it, it'll probably tell you to restart your system, or if it doesn't tell you to restart your system, then make sure you restart your system, and you'll be all good to go, and you can just yeet that out of existence. Gone, like so. Let's move on. Right, now, we're getting into what you've come for. We're going to be boosting the FPS in Fortnite. So, you want to come down here, you want to type GPU settings in here, then you want to go over here, and where you see Fortnite as high performance, yours isn't going to be like that. Now, before we go into that, we're going to go over here. Now, depending on your GPU, if it's AMD or NVIDIA, this might be different for you. For me, I've got an AMD one, so it says variable refresh rate. And basically, you want to turn this on, because basically it's going to give you a higher frame rate, and it's going to reduce your screen tearing. Again, it might be different for you, so fiddle around. If you've got a low-end GPU, you may find it better having it off. Have a little see and see what works for you. For me, I prefer it on. So you want to come down here, you want to hit browse, and you want to locate your Fortnite folder. So for me, it was in Fortnite game, binary 364. Just for example, I'm going to show you how to do that. So go on to the drive that you downloaded on, click Fortnite game, binaries, Win64, and this one right here, the top one right here, it may be a little bit different to you, but it's going to be this top one here. You want to click add. Once you've done that, you want to click on options, and you want to set it to high performance, save, back out of there, and basically that's just going to prioritize Fortnite a lot more than other games, giving it the like extra FPS and like resources that it needs from your GPU, CPU, mainly in particular, also your RAM as well. But it's just overall going to make your system give more resources towards Fortnite. We're going to make it run a lot smoother with more FPS in it. Hold up, we're not done with that folder just yet. So you want to open it up here. You want to locate it to go to the exact same place again. You already know how to do it, so I'm just going to quickly fire through it. And you want to find the same folder. You want to right click on it, hit properties, then go to compatibility. You want to make sure disable full screen optimizations is ticked. Then you want to go over here to change high DPI settings, and you want to make sure this is on override, and you want to make sure this is on application, and then you want to click OK and apply, and basically you've done that right there. This works a lot well with running your game in DirectX 11, so test it around if you do run your game in DirectX 12 or 11. I always recommend that you see what your system runs on, if it runs on better with DirectX 11 or DirectX 12. Again, it does vary on your system, there's no guaranteed with it, but essentially DirectX 12 at a basis is probably going to run better on a higher end PC, and on a lower end PC it's going to run better on DirectX 11 as a basis. But make sure you check that out and see which one's which, as you can get a lot more FPS increase depending on your system. Now, what is something I highly recommend doing is that you get some things that can help clean up your system that you have to do manually, but instead of showing you how to do it in this video, I've got a video on my channel that I'm going to link in the description below, which is going to have a lot of ways that you can clean up your system and keep it running smooth and fast. So instead of you either seeing it again or me adding it in here again, wasting your time, I'm going to link it down in the description, so make sure you go check that out, and that's going to make your system run a lot more smoother and faster, be more responsive overall to games. So for this next one, you're going to need to open up the Epic Games launcher, and you want to locate your settings. You want to scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says Fortnite. If you've got anything here, make sure you get rid of it. Some people may have different launch options in here, but basically in the new seasons of Fortnite, this is always going to harm your system. Nearly everything you put in here is going to harm the FPS in here. It's going to decrease it, make your input delay longer. So basically make sure this is completely clean and there's nothing in there. Unless you do want a secret tip to get 240 FPS, then you're going to want to put in code Wizzy right there, and you want to use that in the item shop as well. So after you've done that, you're going to need to back out, and basically you're all good to go to launch your Fortnite. Also, while we're here, if you haven't already done this, then I want you to go over to verify. Basically, what this is going to do is it's going to verify everything in your Fortnite settings, not the actual settings, but the files itself. So it's just going to make sure they're all clean, up to date, and there's nothing in there that's going to be decreasing your FPS. It doesn't take long, maybe a few minutes or so. So just make sure you do that every so often, and always be checking that file as well to see if there is anything in there. Once you've done that, you're all good to go. Right, so for this next one, you want to go down to your Windows search, type up power plan right here. Basically, you want to hit back onto power options. And you're going to want to make sure, if you've got an AMD CPU, which I'm sure you do at this point, if you're in 2020 and you do not have an AMD CPU, then I'm going to tell you right now to go out and buy one, because Nvidia is, well, not, well, Nvidia's, no, whoa, sorry, I didn't even mean that. Intel, sorry, Intel, that's a pile of shit. Like, you might as well go to your toilet, dig out crap, and slap that on your motherboard. That will give you some better performance. But anyway, you want to make sure you're on high performance. If you do have a pile of shit, then you want to make sure it is on high performance. Although I'm not sure what else there is for Intel. I'm pretty sure it is just going to be the high performance one. Make sure if you don't have the high performance one for AMD, go on the balanced one right here, and that is going to give you the best power options. Like so. Now, if you have got this downloaded on your system, then I'm going to make sure that you've got the best settings for this right now. If you don't have the intelligence standby list cleaner, then link in the description to the video that shows you how to get this, and it's got a lot more other optimizations, but I recommend you have this. This is a very, very good way to form your system. So basically, you want to go over to here as a quick brief down. You want to give over here, you want to put stop, then you want to give it half your system memory. So for mine is 16 gigs. And that is this number right here. Then you want to click over here to the ISLC pulling rate. And if you've got a lower end PC, click onto 1000. If you've got a higher end PC, click onto 500. Then make sure you've got this ticked right here, and you'll want to put in this value right here. After you've done that, you want to click start. Then you want to click purge standby list, and you want to minimize it. Make sure you keep this running at all times. If you have got it closed, if it's not down here, if you don't see it down here at all, then it means it's not on and it's not going to work. So you want to have this running at all times. Again, make sure you go check out in the link description to a video that actually goes over this pack right here, which has got tons and tons of optimizations for you. I recommend you go watch this. It's actually not by me, it's actually by a YouTuber called Adam X, and I thought the pack was really good that I wanted to share it with you guys as well if you haven't already seen it. So go check that out, link into the description. Well, yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry, my bad. Subscribe to get an extra 10% FPS.